Absolutely. Hello, good evening, good evening. Um, I am just standing in for Angela Big Spragg, and I don't know where she is. Probably getting her drink ready and her coconut cream or whatever. Anyway, good evening, and welcome, welcome.
just just on time. How are you, Steve?
No, I'm okay. Last week, I'm sorry about last week. We've been having sound problems last week.
Yeah, missed you, but we sorted it out at the end, didn't we?
Yes. Did you see your title I put for you?
Title?
Yeah. I put Angela B. Spragg nut job.
I am honoured. Where did you put that?
Don't worry about it. No one can see it. It's all right. Don't worry. All right. You're all right. I
Oh,
will. I will remove it later. I will remove it later on.
where did
Anyway,
you put it? I want to
all yours.
see it. I want to see it now.
Well, it's on here. Have a look.
Where is that? I'm
Anyway,
misplacing the organizer. 1 second. Ah, how bizarre. 1 second.
told you. We always got to wait for a woman.
Too right.
Oh, you can hear me then.
I can. I was thinking, what's going on? Because I actually prepared myself while I was at the hairdresser's treating my friend, and I was doing this. I didn't have time to do the poster for this episode, but it's very, very important. And I was thinking, oh, I had this lovely, titles going in my head. I wanted to write an article and all sorts, but I am looking after um, two people, or three people, should I say, and two of them are in hospital. So my spare time, when I usually go to the gym and swim, I'm going everywhere. Oh,
So far then, you've
yeah.
put two of your people into hospital. What have you
They're
been
not.
doing? Poisoning them?
No. If anybody is going in the hospital of my doing, it will obviously be something to do with love or excessiveness of
Right.
it.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It will not be anything bad. Thank you very much. You should know this by now, Steve. You really should.
Well, we never know what happens week by week on here with you
And
around.
this is why, my life is perfect. I am perfect. My world is perfect because you just never know what's going to happen. It's just amazing. And by the way, somebody asked me, you normally have G&T. Chin chin.
There you go. Chin chin.
Yeah, I've had. Oh, that's boring. I have tried. I've already had a little bit of gin and tonic because the weather is very hot and one must have G&T. That's just how it is. So I thought I'll have it with, ginger ale. I've not tried gin with ginger ale. It was quite nice. I liked it. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah. So I've
We
already done the
definitely got a
tonic.
nut job here. Sorry.
I've got not not enough tonic left, so I thought it's got to be cranberry. So gin and cranberry it is. And I'm going to have another one after this. I don't care. I really just want to get drunk, slightly tipsy.
Oh, God,
Anyway,
you're a nightmare. You're a nightmare.
actually, I am full of love when I'm drinking, or when I'm not drinking. I'm always full of love.
Do you know what? Christmas time, I'm always, if I have a drink, I always get drunk, right? And I phone my friends up on the phone and I go, I love you. I love you. All right, how are you? I love you. And one day I phoned up somebody that I didn't even know. Oh, I love you. What? That's the wrong
I say,
number. Hello?
you know, I love it because like loads of my girlfriends, we just say, love you. I really like that. I like the fact that we don't just reserve that love you to a person we are intimate with. I like the fact that we are sharing that I love you with friends, family, and all that. Yeah. So
Well,
the love you, I love you, isn't reserved for the person you're hooking up with or shacking
oh,
up
not
with.
really, not really. I tell everybody that I love them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's
I
nice.
do.
Yeah.
You know, it says love one another. So I love people. You know, people
Yeah.
get three chances with me. You know, they have one chance, two chance, and three chance. Window, you know.
Did you say
But
three
no, I'm only
chance or
joking.
three chance? One chance.
Three chances and they're out. They're out the door.
You were a bit slow there, Steve. See, you need G&T.
I don't need G&T. Go. I think I need. What did you say, by the way? Anyway, I didn't catch it.
Uh, you said chance, free, and I said you said one chance, two chance, and you said three chance, and I said you mean free chance. Three, free.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Uh,
Oh dear. Oh dear.
oh dear.
Have a
Please
sip
help
of
me.
G&T.
That's why I put down Angela Big Spragg nut job.
Nut job. Hmm. So why?
Mm.
Where is it? Is it on the radio platform?
What I do think like that on the radio platform.
Yeah.
I will never do that. No, I'll never do that. I am a gentleman. I just put it over. No, I am a gentleman.
Are you convincing yourself or me here or the audience?
I'm convincing the audience and my wife. My wife says I'm not a gentleman, and she's just laughing.
He's not meant to be a gentleman
I
with
am a
you, girl.
gentleman. I opens the door. Opens the door for you. All right, I can't remember when I did last thing, but I know I'll remember. Yeah.
What was the
Anyway,
nicest thing?
anyway.
What
So
was the,
what? Are you,
no, hang on. Whoa,
what?
whoa, whoa. What was the nicest thing you did for your lovely wife of
What's
late?
the loveliest thing I of late? What I've done
Yeah.
for my wife? Um, um.
You had to think about that, Steve? Really? Really, Steve?
Well,
You still
yeah,
thinking about
yeah,
it?
yeah. Oh yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still for it. Uh,
That is
hmm,
too long.
too long. Yes. The last thing I did for my wife was when we went away on holiday, but
Yeah, of late
that
means
was
like,
May.
a little closer to time, like yesterday or the day before yesterday. What was the
Oh,
nicest
oh
thing you did
yeah, yeah.
today?
I know. What for my wife?
Yeah.
Wife made her live.
Made what?
I made her live. I made her live today. Every day when I wake up, I'm going to kill the woman. You're laughing, aren't you? Same to you. um, no. I do not want to kill her. Don't worry. Please, don't. Oh. Look. Listen to me. Listen. Men, right? I'm talking to you, men. If you've got a wife who does your washing, your cooking, cleaner, I've got a cleaner. She comes in and general dog's body. Well, keep them. You know, you don't have to be in love with them to make out that you love them. You know, and yes, I do love you. Yes. No, I've got to tell you, men. She has got something in her hand, my mobile phone, and she's about to check that. So I've got to apologise to her. Sorry, Michelle. But the trouble is, though, what you've got to remember is about these lovely women. They do need a treat now and again. You know, now and again, not all the time. I don't know when the last time I bought my wife some flowers. Last year? Was it last year? Can't remember. But
Not good. Steve, I expected better from you. I
well,
expected better.
yeah, I know you expect better from me, but the trouble is, see, you know, I'm what you call a loose cannon.
And
Yes, a loose cannon. If the balls don't fit, it won't bloody shoot it.
go away.
Anyway, you go.
Clear off.
Go away. I am going away. Right. Okay. Anyway. Welcome to my show tonight, guys. Welcome. I've just got to get rid of that horrible person. We can now go. Hello. How are you? Right. Okay, guys. Welcome to Talking Live. Okay, I'll bring her back. Thank you.
Goodness me. 12 minutes of that. Seriously. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Crossroads Podcast UK and Talking Live today, as usual, every Friday at 7 o'clock. Nice to be here. If you are hearing me slightly slur my words, I am drinking G&T and I'm totally okay with that. Oh, look at this. I see it now. Angela B. Spragg nut job. Really? Really, Steve? Apparently, Steve is too professional to do acts of this nature. But I'd much rather be nutty because nutty people are very, very friendly, very excitable, very passionate, gloriously lovable, and wherever they are, there is fun to be had. So you call us nut jobs, but you can't leave us alone. This is the fact. You want to be nut jobs like us. It's just some of us have it and most of you don't. So, oh, here we go. Feedback.
I do actually. I do have it. Okay. And mind what you're saying.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen. We'll take it while I will tell her off. You can't say that on here.
See, I am not the only nutty on Crossroads Podcast UK. There is one other. There is only one, Mr. Beer. The greatest nut job. Well, he kind of, I give him tips and things how to be nutty. He wants to be like me. So He's following the best. Let's hope he doesn't come back with another feedback. This is not gin and tonic laughter. This is just me being fun. It is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Do you always say thank God it's Friday? To me, it's another exciting day. So I don't say thank God. I'm thanking God for every day, because every day brings excitement, life, and joyous and peacefulness, and life is so exciting. So I am just thanking God for another day, which happens to be Friday. And one of the reasons what I like about Fridays is because I can drink and not worry about driving in the morning. So I can really let loose my hair, that is. So today I was, I had loads of time. I prepared for this topic last Saturday, and I got so busy, and I really was looking forward to like creating a poster about it, and which I was going to use for my article. But then, life happens, and you dedicate your time for other people. It's all about care and kindness, and you think, oh God. And suddenly Friday just comes upon you, and you think, what happened? What happened to the week? But never mind. What today's topic is about is self-care. Now, one of the titles I actually wanted to use is, what is your pain when it comes to self-care? And I wanted to mention about 5 points. I mean, we can go on and on how one should, self-care and all that stuff. And what I really want to talk about is something that is practical, because a lot of people shout out about it, join this link and join this group, and then they forever want to talk about the same subject, because digital age is all about, maybe not all, but it just is too much. The platform is noise. Create the noise. And what happens? Everybody wants to create a noise, but not every noise is actually good for you. So one of the things I am doing this year is to cut out the noise. And I wanted to mention about 5 things, practical things, and they may not be applicable to you necessarily, but for me, they are. So it is about looking within. So it's all about self-care, but looking within. So I wanted to share some facts. Suddenly we still think being a millionaire is a big deal, but actually, when, I don't know, when you were a younger person, even having hundreds of pounds was like, wow, that person's rich. And then as we are growing older, we're like, how many thousands? This house cost how many thousands? So we're still kind of getting used to the thousands, right? But today, millionaire still has a substantial, excuse me, value. So if you won a lotto today and became a millionaire, you would probably very quickly lose millions. So millions is not really a biggie these days, because if you go in most average, like good, working areas, or with good transport network, good a place where you can get really good jobs or have good job connections and things like that, you will find the average price of the house is anything from 700 to 1 million. 1 million is actually a normal. So potentially a lot of us are now millionaires if you think about it. If you have property, depending on what area, a lot of people are millionaires, I believe. It's just that this is just my observation. There's no written fact about it. Do not question me about it. You can just do a research. So look at the area you live in and check out your, property values. This is not really got anything to do with self-care, but I actually wanted you to appreciate the figures that is associated with self-care, and you would be quite surprised. I was, because now we are not talking about millions or billions, multi-billionaire. Most people who are tycoons in their business and, oil industry, gold, property, tech, they probably, if you are the owner of those companies or have substantial number of shares, um, you are easily a millionaire or going towards the millionaire title, right? Just want you to appreciate that. And I want to share with you that the self-care treatment industry today is for not million or billion, but $1 trillion. Trillion. I don't even know how many zeros is that. Yeah. I don't know how many zeros is that. I've never written a trillion before. I've written a million before. I've not written a trillion. I mean, billion is like far-fetched, but trillion. And so if you are bombarded by people who are Facebook multi-level marketers, sell, 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 they are one of those people who are part of that £1 trillion or dollars industry. Now, in sterlings, in UK by a Wendy House, in today's money or in sterling money, it is 3.4 trillion. I was reading an article in the magazine by Katie Brindle, and I think she was a presenter or something. But I love the fact how much she loved the Chinese medication, and she's an advocate for Chinese medication. If you read her article, I don't remember which magazine it was, but I was at the hairdressers, supporting a friend of mine, and I sat there and I thought, absolutely wonderful. I mean, she spoke my language. It's just she is a lot richer than I, and she openly admits. She said, my status, my work. I mean, there is no way they live in a mansion. One of their properties is a mansion, and she said, "Oh, this doesn't run on my salary." It's we think millionaires must have loads of millions, but millions is actually nothing. Billions is like what we would think about millions before we got too familiar with the millions, but trillion. And we are in, I mean, the government is in so much debt, isn't it? And they don't talk about billions. I'm sure they talk about trillion also. So, what is your truth behind self-care, or what is your common sense where self-care is all about? Why is it called self-care? You know why it's called self-care? Because we are the last person as an individual to care for the self. As a human being, because we are fantastic human beings. We are loving, we are kind. I'm talking about the majority. We are mostly kind, helpful, generous, giving, considerate. Most human beings are actually very, very nice. So we think about everybody else. Women, they are the worst for self-care because their natural biology or biological setting, if you like, is about giving, care, and being kind because that is their maternal makeup, perhaps. I'm not saying it's true for everybody. I mean, I am very maternal, but there's no way I want children. No, 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 no. I have boundaries. I mean, if I had children, there will be no self-care. I would be the kindest mother, but I know best. Do not have children would be my message. But mothers do not look after themselves. Mothers look after everyone but themselves, you know? And this is a fact. Soon as they become mothers, they just let people trod on them because their priority is to nurture their family, nurture the environment, nurture, you know, the family setting and all that stuff. But how or why should we care? Self-care isn't just important for mothers, but if you look at even today, there is not enough staff available to care for overpopulated planet who are constantly or frequently visit hospitals from certain age onwards. We have a huge problem with social care, i.e., when you get old or in your retirement, or if you have a a critical illness, who cares for you? It is not like most cultures. Oh, you know, the wife gives up everything, or the kids suddenly give up everything and take care of their mothers and fathers. Um, we have a very, very unstable system, especially in the UK. Who is expected to care for you? Obviously, the people who do care for themselves the most do also get hurt and they also need care. But who do we actually call upon? Is it that we must have children so they can take care of us? Or why is it children's responsibility to take care of the parents? You know, so a lot of conversations that need to take place. Some conversations have taken place, but it's a bit like domestic abuse. Everybody knows the problem. Some even may know the solution. But to implement the solution into today's mindset, it's almost like a needle in a haystack. Everybody knows it. If I know it, most people know it. So there you go. But if you want to be different, what are the examples of self-care? Image results of self-care, physical self-care examples: eat healthy meals, engage in exercise, go for a walk, drink water, practice good sleep hygiene. Click here for blah, blah, blah. You know, thank you, Steve, for the information. You're so kind. Self-care, you know, I like to simplify that because, yes, you know, when the message is, you know, everybody knows we should eat healthy and everything is about eating healthy. And sometimes you just want to be a rebel and not eat healthy because you get tired of information being drummed in you. This is what I'm talking about, the noise. It shouldn't always be about food. Okay? It should not be always about food. Let's just focus on 5 things. But I will base it on something that I am doing because a lot of people are very surprised why I am so happy. I'm not happy because I drink gin and tonic on every Friday. That's one of the reasons why I'm happy. See that automatic smile just, you know, brings itself on my face. Anyway, setting the gin to your side. But why is normal thing, it's almost like drinking water should be a normal thing. Why are we being told you must drink more water? Most people, most sensible people should know you're going to die without water before you would die without food. The body is 80% water. You need water. Without water, all the cells starts dehydrating and stuff, and you go a bit doolally. Okay, so our body is designed to be active. Okay, we're not just talking about being active in my favorite subject, but just make the body active. Sitting around and watching Netflix for too many hours, like I do when I work too hard, is not going to help you. And we all know this. So why are we making it as if this is a challenge? It's like, why are we shouldn't even be thinking about this. This should be a norm, like getting up in the morning, brushing your teeth is a norm. It's not something, a doctor say, you must brush your teeth. It's like, if you don't brush your teeth, you know what's going to happen. So let's cut the basic. We know we should eat healthy. We know we shouldn't eat this much and that much and all of that. So let's get to the really basic things where you don't have to think about it, but you just do it. Yeah? So one of the things that I have done, one of the recent things I have done, especially from the past few months, cutting the noise. This was huge for me because every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and I will use those words because it adds to my annoyance. And I even wrote an article about it, and it did trend on Google, I am proud to say. People seem to think that you have so many hours in a day. You work, you wake up, you do a bit of housework, you go to work, and then you come back, you're a bit tired. But if you have a family, then you are preparing for that family meal and all that stuff, clearing up, and now you're super tired, you want to go to bed. So you tell me, how much time do you actually want to spend on social media? Like, if you tell me, then what is your priority? Is your priority to sit and yap on the phone for 2-3 hours? Do you actually have 2-3 hours? If you are one of those people who have to get up 5 o'clock in the morning, the body forces you to go to bed at a certain time. Otherwise, you will not be able to operate the day before. You might be able to do it once, but when you know you have to get up, I have to get up 5 o'clock every day. I have to go to bed at 10 o'clock because by then I am too tired. There is no way I want to do anything. Anything. So, cutting the noise was my prime act. It was the most important act of 2022. I've cancelled all my groups. It's like, no, I wear too many hats. So I cannot complete the chores on everything if I'm wearing too many hats and doing this and that and that. No, you have to cut the noise and stop, if you can, being part of, let's do 10 times sit up and that's a challenge and let's do, you know what? I haven't got time with this faff. If you want to get fit, make time and do it. End of. Stop follow this challenge, that challenge. Again, this is just cutting the noise. Cut the crap out of your life. And being single has made me realize how much I love being single. So this is all part of self-care. I do not, I really appreciate the singlehood. I was thinking, why haven't I done this before? Because I just don't remember being single. Like proper single. Not like casual and all that. Right now, I am so single. It's glorious. It's so this is like my time. I am just really enjoying the time with me, and I am wondering, when do I actually have time for anyone else? I'm too busy enjoying my life with me. I don't know if I want to make time for anyone really. As long as I have my I think I'm doing all right. Well, we talk about these things end of talking life, not in the middle of it. We're discussing something very important here. Steve, get with it. So the other thing I wanted to ask, what is your pain? I will, when it comes to self-care, what is it that makes you neglect you? What is your pain? Is it that, in my case, I was too busy, I didn't have enough time, and I really neglected myself. I didn't go to the gym like I used to. I didn't take myself out like I used to. I stopped going to my masseuse like I used to. And yesterday was the first time in a year and a half I had my deep tissue Thai massage. And I was thinking, why did I neglect myself? It wasn't because I didn't have the money. Okay, time, I could have made time, but why? Why? When things get too tired, we just get restless, don't we? It was like, oh, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. And neglecting the self is the first thing that suffers. We have time for everything, but we do not have time for the self. So massages are important to me. So I have a massage. Having less idiot noise is another thing I cut right out of my life. The third thing is, if you come across toxic people or friends who are toxic, slice them out of your life immediately, because they are harmful to your mental wellness, emotional wellness, and it does affect your physical body. If you have toxic people in your life, your health will suffer, because you'll be thinking about them, and they'll be, you have opened the door for them to abuse you. So you need to shut that door very quickly, so that the abuse can stop. Okay, so cutting the noise, getting rid of toxic people out of your life. Now, have you noticed when I talk about self-care, I'm not actually talking about what you should eat or drink or sleep. I'm talking about more practical things. We all know what's good for you. If you eat 10 pizzas a day, don't expect you're going to have, 10 abs. You're going to have 10 ripples, darling. All right? So let's just get realistic. You should have a healthy breakfast, really 2 big meals, 1 snack, end of. Drink water, that's your diet sorted. Where physical activity is concerned, exercise and walk. Whatever exercise you'd like, do a lot of it, end of. Okay, that's your physical plan sorted out, your food plan sorted out. You don't need to be worrying about, what have I eaten, how many calories I've taken. You should really have this as a mental note of what costs what. Yeah, if your body is affected by a particular type of food, either reduce it or get rid of it. Experiment with food to understand what your body likes, what your taste buds like, and what bad food you love and what good food you love, and bring the balance. So don't go to health specialist to get advice on your body, because only you know your body. So let's cut that crap about body health, food, water. We all know all this. Bring more practical stuff into your life, like cut the noise, sit quietly, and cut all of this limitless strolling on the Facebook, you're letting your mind just, vibrate in such speed. Our mind are not designed for that. Our mind are designed to flow at the pace of nature. That's what we are meant to be doing. We are meant to be flowing in life at nature's pace, not at superficial, artificial pace that technology brings to us. Technology is our slave. We manipulate technology or use technology to work efficiently. And why everyone has gone a bit doolally on this planet? Because we are working 2 to 3 times harder. For example, HR jobs we do ourselves now. If you are in any big organizations, you are handling your own emails, you are handling your own, invoices or whatever. A lot of admin that you're doing, but you don't get paid for. But it takes an hour or 2 hours of your time. And guess what? Nobody has claimed for it. So if you have taken the HR job, for example, your pay slips, they're all electronic, but you have to open them and download them and save them and all that stuff. Whereas before, HR printed it out for you. You handed it in, it was given to you, it was handed to you, and you stored it somewhere for safekeeping. But you're doing all the work and you're not getting paid for it. So we are doing a lot of background work and we don't get paid for it. If you're house hunting, for example, the banks will not advise you anymore. Okay, so you are doing a lot of research and talking to people. That all of that costs time. Nobody wants to give you advice because in case you will start claiming for a bad advice in a few years' time, like we did with the PPI claims with the bank industry. So everything has a consequence. We are working so hard. Why? Because we have given people 24 hours access to ourselves. And the funny thing is, there's some people on this planet seem to think I am only available for that person to answer calls, texts, email. And what do people do? If they can't connect with you instantly on Messenger, they will send you a text. If they don't get instant reply, they will send you an email. If they don't get an instant reply, they will start give you a call and another call. And it's like, which bit do you not understand that you are wasting my time? I will not allow people to, connect with me on multiple platforms. Choose a platform and stick to that. And that is it. So you have to not hate the technology, but use the technology to your advantage. But don't give people 24 hours access. So there are people who are on multiple groups and people text like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And you think, why is that person doing that? Apply 9 to 5 rule to everything you do. And there is a chap who called me and want to collect a data on a survey on Sunday evening. I was so rude. I said, this is Sunday. This is not for data collection. Thank you. Bye-bye. Block. I can be so ruthless. I'm the sweetest person on this planet. But after GMT, I'm ruthless. I am. If I say this went down so beautifully, the words are just so not applicable. I was only kidding. That did go down rather well. So, have you noticed? You might have noticed when I talk about self-care, I am not talking about food or water. They're essentials. They are a bit like important tablets you must have. They're a bit like, something that should be just basic and automated. The one way of eating healthy is to shop healthy. Why do we need to think about every little product? Why not just shop healthy? I do not buy crap, so I don't eat crap. If I want to eat crap, I wait for Friday and have a takeaway. And even that is fairly healthy. So there you go. You know, people want to, why go on particular diets? Why not just do your shopping according to the diet of the family? When I was a young girl, we did not buy any fizzy drinks. Yes, I've had today ginger ale. First time in I don't know how many years, 2-3 years, just because it was hot and I just fancied ginger ale. But it's not something that I do. I do not drink fizzy drinks on the main. So if but I see people drink Coke every day, like 3-4 cans. One of my friends used to drink a whole bottle of Coke every day. And I said, how do you do that? You don't need to go on diets. You don't need to calorie count. Just buy, weekly shop healthy and eat what you have bought. And designate day for takeaway. I only have takeaways on Friday. And if I don't have a Friday, I'll have it the following Friday. I haven't got time for all of that. So I think I've covered about probably 5-ish. I'm not going to sit here and say how many do you remember. But keep things basic. Self-care isn't about food and water. Self-care is about getting the crap out of your life, such as noise, such as toxic people, and make time for you. Put yourself first. Get your massages if you need to, because I do. I regularly get massage. So I am really setting routines to, I've started going to the gym. I have started swimming. I walk every day. I volunteer for anything physical work. In my workplace, I volunteer. I say, can I do that? Because they know I'm trying to keep my body active. So they ask, Angela, do you want to do this? And I say, yes. And for the last 2-3 days, I've been doing some form of physical activity, like from 9 to 5. And I was so tired, so I needed a massage. And I treated myself to a Thai massage, which was so overdue, so overdue. Have you noticed, again, I'm not talking about food and water. When it comes to self-care, let not anyone else dictate what your needs are. You know what your needs are. You will find a way to have those needs fulfilled. Do not let anyone prison your mind or your body, unless it's for pleasurable purposes, of course. Then exceptions can be allowed. So, find out. It's also important to highlight one of the things about self-care. Last point I want to mention is understand your vulnerabilities. You must have heard of people talking about, do your affirmations every day. Woo! It gets a bit boring after time, Saying affirmation is a bit like saying a prayer. Affirmations is prayer. Let's not change the wheel. Let's be so practical that the change you're making into your life is so seamless. But one of the must things you do in your life is face you and highlight what your vulnerabilities are. Because when you start to understand, actually, this is the area of my vulnerability is, understand it. So when the next person comes to you or wants to, let's say, get to know you and understand your vulnerability, then you are better prepared that nobody can take advantage. So, really, that is what I wanted to say. So, we are not talking about food and water when it comes to self care. We're talking about crap out of the life, reduce the noise, slice the toxic people out of your life, and use digital tools to serve you, not the other way about, and start sort of putting you as number one and face you daily. Find something about yourself. What is it that you like? Not what you followed, because everybody follows this, that, and the other. What is it that you like? Ask yourself loads of questions. What do I like? I know I am so comfortable with who I am and what I like and what I love. I can talk very freely about who I am and what I like, and I'm not ashamed of anything. I love it. And this is why I love talking live, because I can share it all with you. So let's have some questions. Let's have Mr. Beer, shall we? Because I'm sure he's itching to have a comeback. Mr. Beer, whenever you're ready, cease just so quickly.
Well, that was very good.
Thank you.
In some cases, yes, very good indeed. Yes, that's a big glass of wine, isn't it?
This is for Bombay. Can you Bombay Sapphire?
Oh yeah, Bombay.
This
Bombay
this
Sapphire.
glass
Okay.
is designed to hold the precious nectar. This is specifically designed. Do carry on.
Right. Okay. So please apologise to everybody. I have one. I have moved. I have moved the nut job from our name. So that's number one. And number two. Number two. I wish I didn't, because she is a right old nut job. And three. Please see me afterwards. I will give you everybody a refund. Okay. Anyway. Um. Okay. So we got a Pamela here. All the way from Texas. Hello, Pamela. Last time I was saw you, well, not saw you, but spoke to you. You were on holiday going to Florida, I think. Anyway, Angela, I reckon you're very funny, but you talk sense. It's not all about
Oh,
food, it's not about water, care. It's about looking after yourself and be yourself at the end of the day. Loved it. Thank you very
absolutely.
much.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you.
Right. Rob says, hi, Steve. I'm sorry, you got to get onto Crossroads page, but fortunately I can't get on there, so I left a message on your emails.
Oh,
Um, I love the show. Would it be possible if you can add me to the page in future? Yes, I will. I'll do that for you, mate. I'll definitely do that. Tell Angela it's great. Thank you. Right? Okay, I will.
oh, thank you.
Rosemary said, be quiet. Rosemary said, she's from Canterbury. Ooh, oh. She says, love the show. Can you tell me, what do you do for work? Are you in some sort of care?
I I do lots of and lots and lots of work. I don't I used to do some care work, but I don't have a lot of time. So I just do a little bit, like 2 evenings, and that is only because um, I am helping. I'm going kind of out of my way to help simply because I do hold a full-time job, and it's very difficult to dedicate more than I do to evenings, because we do have family members who suffer from dementia. we're caring for them. So we've got some caring in our domestic home, and some I do volunteer, and I do some volunteer work through my church, and also paid from through a charity. So yes, I do have caring experience. I'm a writer and a publisher, and I also do professional driving, as in coach driving and things like that. So I have my hands full.
There you go. Yes, and it's usually at the weekends, right? So, hey, Brenda wants to know. Hi, Steve. Would you find all these people? I tell you what, I do not know. I haven't got a clue.
It's King's
It's
Cross, he normally says.
Angela's Angela and Angela's wonderful. But I think what you should is, would it be possible if you don't come on, you miserable sod? Oh, thank you. Oh, that's not nice. And
Oh
it's
no,
got
what, Steve?
oh, what's it called? Ha 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 ha. Funny, funny. Okay, funny. Right. I Steve, would it be possible if you can say hello to my mum Sheila? She's 62 today. She says she loves Angela, watches her every week, and the self care was quite good. She just told me she doesn't need no more. She'll look after herself.
Happy birthday to
Oh,
Sheila. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I would love to have Sheila online one day. Would you think, Steve?
yes, we'll bring her on. Yes, if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Please
Yeah, that'd
contact
be
me at Crossroads Podcast UK. Yeah. Where we got now? Luke. Hi, Steve. Would you find all your staff to? Do they get paid? No, they don't get paid. They are voluntary. But some of them do pay me from coming on here and have the pleasure. But all the money goes to our, well, podcast and whatever. It's really good cause. Steve, would it be possible if you can say hello to Frank? He is at the moment, he is in hospital, but he is listening.
oh,
He's just gone in for book his leg going up a ladder, trying to paint the what? Paint the facials. Oh, paint the facials. Yeah. Get better, Frank. And you take care,
yes.
mate. Yes.
I,
Don't.
I, I
Yeah.
will I
Don't
will
do.
say a little prayer on Sunday for Frank. Thinking of you, Frank, and hope you get better soon.
Yes. If you're married, mate, I'll give you something to stay up the ladder. Anyway. Right. Okay. Right. Pauline, I love coming on here every Friday. It always cheers me up. Um, always cheers me up. Thank you so much. I'm here with a glass of what prosecco. Prosecco.
Prosecco, Prosecco.
Prosecco.
I love
And
Prosecco. So next time,
and my what?
sorry, say that again. Sorry, it was my fault. I cut in.
Yeah. Be quiet until I finish.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. 3 bags full, sir.
Okay, so right.
So
Okay.
anybody who's
We
joining me
were
next Friday, they can have Prosecco and we can have celebratory start. All of us can say chin chin with the Prosecco. I think that's like a good plan. It's good summer plan.
good idea, folks. Good idea. Get your glasses ready for next week. We're
Prosecco
all the
next
glass
Friday.
Prosecco Friday. Yeah. Yep. Everybody probably get drunk this tank. Oh.
We'll have comments that you won't be able to read.
I can't even read them at the moment. They're all written in Chinese. I Steve, would it be possible you can say hello to my mum? She's all the way from the Isle of Wight. Hello, 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 and hello.
Hello.
If I was here,
Hello, Mum,
hello,
from Isle of Wight.
hello, mum, hello, mum, hello, mum. If you've got a son, let us know. We'll pass you on to Angela. She's looking for a man looking for a man with a slow hand,
No, I'm
an
not looking.
easy
I want to
touch.
be single forever. I'm not looking. I'm
You don't want
liking
to.
my single
You don't want
life.
to. You don't want to single. You know
No,
what
I
she
want to be.
does every Sunday, people? I tell you what she does. She gets up right early in the morning. She puts on right and her nice little dress and everything. Off to go. She off to go to church. And you know what she does? She plays with the bells. You know, she goes ding ding ding. Then she looks out. She looks out, wondering if it's any attractive men coming. But all she gets is like people with simmer frames and everything coming up. Poor old people. If you hear the bells,
Listen,
stay
I,
away.
I am doing pretty well with my bell ringing. Thank you very much. And
Yeah,
and
how
my
you get on? How you getting on with every bell?
yeah, not the heaviest because that is so heavy, but most of them we ring all the bells to get used to different weights. And I have rung at the Queen's, that 75th that's just gone celebration. So we rang for 15 minutes in those celebrations, and we've got wedding coming up where I'll be doing a couple of rounds of bell ringing. My first wedding,
Oh my god.
and I'm doing Sunday mornings regularly. So I do the bell ringing, and then I'm in my heels, so I come down the tower, and then I pretend nothing has happened and start singing hymns.
There you go. So
So I love it.
if living if you're living near Angela and you hear the bells, that means it's a sign that she'll be up the tower waiting for you. She
I'm not
needs
waiting for
one of
anybody.
those.
I'm just ringing the bell, Steve. Stop putting wrong information.
She will. It's like being like what's it save me. It's like Shakespeare, isn't it? What's it called? You know when he's in the when she's in the tower, isn't it? Huh? What's it called? What's it called?
I'm in the tower with lots of men.
Yes, yes, and a lot of ding dongs too. Yeah, yeah. Right. Okay. Um.
And then I go downstairs to confess my sins. Job done.
Yes. Yeah. She goes down. Then she goes downstairs. Yes, and she confesses her sins. Yes. Yes. Then she sings the song. All things bright and beautiful. Yes. There you go. Um.
Oh dear.
Where we going? Marcus. Um. Marcus. What? Okay. Would it be possible if you can tell me when is Angela on? Yeah, every Friday, 7 o'clock. But sometimes she's always a bit late. She's doing her hair, putting her makeup on, or whatever she's doing.
I'm,
Going down the
I'm
off
if I'm
license.
late, if I'm late because I am looking after somebody and it's a charitable cause, Steve. I'm not late because I'm putting my lippy on. It's a wrong
Oh,
image about me. I'm your staff, Steve. You need to promote
yes,
me,
but
not
I'm used to it
demote.
by now. I'm used. I can't promote. You're difficult to promote. No one wants you. No, no,
Oh, I feel sad
no.
now.
The other day, right? We found her. I'll tell you what. We found outside of a sort of I off license, and she was like this. Searching. No, honestly, guys, she's brilliant. She's really good at it. It's all a joke, and don't take the notes of her. And we love her to pieces. Think she's funny, actually. We were talking about her the other day. We think she's funny, really good. But she knows what she's talking about, and she always comes out with the honest truth. You know, not
Thank
like
you.
people got. But anyway, oh, sorry. Right, last couple of messages, guys. Do, 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 do. What time? What time is Angela on? Yeah, 7 o'clock. Can you tell me? When she goes to church, is she in the choir? I haven't got a clue. Are you in the choir?
No, I'm not in the main choir. I am in the, standby choir, which they cover baptism services and when the main choir is away. So I'm in the singers. We are Yule singers, but we wear the same
Oh,
garment. Yeah, we look like choir
yeah,
people, but we are not the main choir. No,
yeah. She's in the swingers. Oh no, no. Oh,
I I
oh
do.
no.
Yes, I do
Singers,
sing it. Yeah.
singers.
Yes,
Sorry,
we're known as the
singers.
Yule
Sorry.
Singers because we are not the main choir. We're not in the main choir, but we cover for the choir when they're away because they perform at other
I want
churches.
to ask you. I want to ask you a question. Do you wear the cloak? Do you kind of like come in from like an archway, and you march up and down, and there's somebody? No, not march down. Someone's holding a cross like that. That's all right. And you
Yeah, yeah, we
follow them.
do,
It's
yeah,
like a long
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
What's all that about?
That's just a traditional high church rituals.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's
And
how you start.
you're in.
That's how you lead the prayer.
Ah. And are you in that procession?
I'm not in that procession because I'm not in the main choir, so we don't really do that. We do it if we have been allocated to do that. But my main job is the bell ringing and Facebook streaming. I We only do singing once or twice a month.
All right. So you do the face. You actually do the Facebook streaming then.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, right. That's very good, by the way. That's very
There
good.
is a team of us. It's not just me. There is like
Oh,
some of. It's getting quite popular. The funerals get streamed online for family members who can't be at the funeral service. So the whole team, whoever's available, does it. I am part of that team, so I'm part of the Facebook streaming and bell ringing and singing. So I dedicate a lot of my time to the church. I also
well done.
volunteer some of the time towards elderly of the church. So I go and do a little companionship, like sit and have lunches and chats and things like that with the senior members of the parish.
What would you do? So you go to someone like an older member, and you're kind of there yapping to them, and all of a sudden they fall asleep, and they've got their mouth open, things like that, and they're snoring away. Do you do? Do you go? Do you just go, or do you just
No, no, no.
they
I
wake
wouldn't just
up?
go. No, no one has fallen asleep on me. But if they do, I have, you know, ample, more than one kind of qualifications to deal with abnormal situations, for example. Yeah. So if somebody
Right.
falls asleep on me, you just tap on their knee and say, "Should I let you have a rest?" And I'll go. But no, nobody falls asleep. I mean, I'm too exciting. Who's going to fall asleep on me? Steve, nobody's going to do that. That's a lie. You're lying. You need to go to confession box on Sunday and ask for forgiveness for lying on stream.
I went to a confession box once years
Oh,
ago.
oh no. Is
Yeah,
is this
yeah.
is
No,
this
no, no. But it wasn't confession. Me and my girlfriend was in the confession box.
oh
Yes,
no.
yeah. But anyway, I'm not going to say any more. Right, guys, thank you very much, Angela. Thank you for that. That was really good, and
Thank you
it was
everybody
actually
so much.
no, it
Thank
was
you.
really good. Honestly, that was really good.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank
Don't
you.
forget, guys. Don't forget.
See,
We've
see
got,
you next Friday at 7 with Prosecco, not GNT, with Prosecco. I hope you're going to join me. We're going to have a wild time, and I will have a great topic for you on Crossroads podcast and on my at 7 Talking Life at 7 every Friday. See you then. Thank you. Have a good
And
weekend.
if you want Angela to ring your bells, let us know.
That comes free.